Hi everybody, it's Diana with stampingwithdi.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 155. And today I'm going to actually be showing you the December goodies and guts. Now this is something that I offer. It's not something that Stampin' Up does. So if you order 75 in the month of December, and that's before tax and shipping, you can pick goodies or guts. If you want both, then just order 150 in the month before tax and shipping, and then I will send you both. Now these get sent the following month. So you are earning these in December, so they will go out the beginning of January with your thank you card. So what I do is, today's video, I will be showing you the 3 projects so that when you, if you earn the guts, you have a video to reference back to in order to make your projects. So these have been very popular, and I'm so excited that some of you always get the goodies, some of you always get the guts, and quite a few of you get both. So when I send you that, if you've never ordered from me before, I send you a quick email when I get notice that you placed your order. And then if you have qualified, just email me back and say which one you want. If you don't let me know by the end of the month, then I just send you the one of my choosing. So if you want your choice, make sure you let me know. Okay, so I'm going to stop blabbing. I am going to, well, I guess I could say who I am if you are new to my channel. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona, so welcome. If you've been here before, you know exactly what I'm doing, and welcome back. All right, so I am going to turn the camera. Close your eyes for a second while I get adjusted so you don't get seasick. I try to spin it fairly quick. All right, so this is the code for December. So if you are placing an order in my store, please use this code if you are ordering less than 150. If you are ordering more than 150 before tax and shipping, then don't use the code. But by using this code, this lets me it affords me to send the goodies and the guts each month. So that's why I always tell you that code so that it lets me do that. Okay, so this is what it would look like. So if you pick the goodies, it is the flat adhesive backed pearls, and these are brand new from the new mini catalog that's coming out. And these are super pretty, super pretty. Now, if ever there's like a back order or anything like that, I'll let you know. And then this is what your gut packets look like. I know guts is kind of a gross word, but basically that's what you need to make your project. So I have called these guts since I've been a demonstrator. Gosh, going on 24 years almost. And that's just what I have always called them. All right, so you'll have your little envelope, a business card, a little thank you note, and it will have the link on here. It doesn't have it right now because I don't know what this link is, but then I add it and then I print it out appropriately so that when you get your guts packet, then you can put that link into your computer and it will open that video up. All right, so you have your little embellishments, a little ribbon or twine, and we have some new Dragonfly trinkets. So you're going to use one of those. And these are the supplies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make your projects. So let's do this one first. So these are the pieces that you will have, and then off to the side, this is what you're going to do with them. All right. So inside your packet. Now, nothing is stamped. So you will need to get the stamps, and the stamp that I'm using for this one. Now, these are just ones I suggest. You might have something at home that you want to use instead, and that's totally fine. All right. I'm going to be using the new Friendly Gnomes. Now this is available starting in January. If you want to order this now, you can join my team and put that in your starter kit. But this is the stamp set that I'm using for this card. So you have this piece of cardstock, and you'll simply stamp your little gnome. And I die cutted it out with the dies. Now, we have dies that cut these out. And these are available now while supplies last, because they're not going to make it into the big catalog. So I would just grab them while you can. And let's see, what else am I using? I use the Stylish Shapes. And I will have a list of everything I use so that it'll be easier for you to do your projects as well. Okay, so I stamped my little gnome with the memento. So let me do this over here. So we have our memento pad that's hiding. All right, so you want to stamp your gnome on your scrap paper. Now this is a photopolymer, so I'm going to bring over my, oops, I dropped something on the floor. I'm going to bring over my grid sheet and stamp that on there. Not my grid sheet, but my foam mat. All right, so we're going to put our cute little gnome on here. So we're coloring with the blends, so that's why I'm using the memento. You also want to stamp the cute little bird. So we want to put the cute little bird on here. Okay, then you'll die cut him out, or you can fussy cut and you'll cut the little bird out. But we're just going to set those aside for now. And you will also stamp your gnome, sweet gnome. So I've done that ahead of time. So we need a little birdie. And while you have your little bird out, I want you to stamp on here. So let's bring my grid sheet over, because we're going to stamp the bird partly off of here. So you will get that little circle. You'll just have to stamp your greeting in there. So take your little bird, ink him up, and then I want you to stamp him right here. So then his little feet and part of his bum is on your circle. Okay. And that will make sense in a minute. All right, so let's color our little gnome and our little birdie. And again, like I said, I will have the supply list. I'll put them on my blog as well as underneath the video so that you can reference back. Okay, so we have our cute little bird and our gnome. Then we are going to start to color him. And we're doing flirty. So light flirty on his nose, just on the top, and a little bit kind of this cheek area there. Then our dark petal pink. So we'll finish his nose a little bit more with the dark petal pink. And with the light petal pink, finish it up. I was so excited to see some more gnomes come in the new mini because they're so popular in the holiday catalog. All right, so we're going to put some pumpkin pie just there on the bird's beak. All right, now we have dark daffodil, and we're just going to color these little sunflowers or daisies in the beard. That is so cute on the beard like that. All right, so this is dark daffodil again. just for the bird. And then we'll finish the bird with the light daffodil. All right, so then our little bird is done, and we'll end up cutting him out just with the scissors. Okay, so let's see, what else do I want? I want light, soft suede for the top of the boots. And then dark, soft suede for the soles. Oh, and while I have that light, let's do the center of the flowers. Okay. Then, let's see, I want my smoky slate, or no, it isn't either, sorry, it's gray granite, dark and light gray granite. And we're not going to color the beard in totally, we're just going to just draw some lines here and there. Now if you want to color it in, you can. I just want it to look, have a little white and a little gray. So that's why I'm just drawing some lines so that we keep a little bit of white in there. And I forgot his little hands. So let's bring our light flirty back for his little hands. And then the dark petal, because I totally forgot his hands. All right. Now his pants are balmy blue, so we're going to start with dark balmy. And finish it with the light. Okay, then his t-shirt, I'm going to do light Highland and light Freesia, because they are, like, Freesia is part of the DSP, so I want to bring some of that color in. So we're going to go light Highland, and light Freesia, and you've seen me use those colors together before, and I like how they look together. All right, and then we just have to finish the hat. Now the hat, I'm using Granny Apple. Even though this is old olive cardstock, I'm going to use the Granny Apple because it still looks good and it goes good with the DSP. All right, so we want dark Granny Apple. And we're just drawing kind of these lines that are already on the stamp, so that we'll have, you know, some wrinkle lines in the hat. And then finish it with the light. And this time of year, I always like doing the calendars, so I thought it would be fun that you could get another calendar. I did one a couple months ago that was a different size, different style. But these are always fun to put around. You can put on your desk, you can, you know, give it away, but they're just fun. And I thought, you know what? This cute new DSP and these fun new gnomes, they needed their own calendar. All right, so I'm going to just come back with that dark Granny just in a couple spots here, because it lightens up just a little bit when I go over with the light. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me put these away, excuse the noise. Try to make it not be too crowded on my desk. Okay, so let's put our little calendar together. So we have our old olive. And then this is going to be what stands up the calendar. So it's just a 4-inch piece, and you score it at 2, and then 1/2 of an inch on each side. I believe it's 1/2 an inch. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is it 1/2 an inch? Yep, on each end. And that gives you, you know, your easel. So whatever size your card is, that's how wide it is. But I always do that for, you know, the 4 width. All right. But if you make your calendar thicker, then you just want this to be the same size as that. All right, so let's put it together. So this is just some green tip glue. I have put in a squeeze bottle. And we're going to stick this on here like that. So you're going to, I just use the green tip glue because it allows you to wiggle, and you just have some wiggle room with it. So that's why I use the green tip glue. And it sets up pretty quick, but it does give you just a little bit of being able to adjust it. If you use the tear tape, as soon as it touches, you would be stuck. So I like to give myself just a little bit of, if I touch in the wrong spot, I can fix it for a second. All right, so here's our cute little, so this is what it sits like on your desk. Then this is some of the new DSP that's in the new mini that's coming. Now it's up to you. I'm doing the polka dots, but you could do this side too. So it's really up to you. And this is, like I said, some of the new DSP that's in the new mini coming up. And it is the Hostess DSP. And it is super fun. Lots of fun colors. All right, so this is just our little calendar. And I just peel that off. And then we're going to stick this down on the bottom. About the same on each side. All right, now let's take our gnome, sweet gnome, and our gnome, and we're going to cut the bird out in a second. So let's put some dimensionals, and I'm just putting them down the center. And like that. So he looks so cute there. And then we're going to put this here like that. So I just want to put a couple, hang on a minute, couple dimensionals down the center here. And we're just scooting it over like that. So we have gnome, sweet gnome. Okay, let's cut out our little bird. Now, since we stamped him on here, we only have to cut out the little bird. We don't have to cut out his feet because his little feet are on here. All right, so I'm just gonna cut away some of that extra paper so it's not in the way. All right, so it doesn't take much to cut this cute little bird out. And I'm leaving just a very, very small white border around. And there we go. So then he's just going to go on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue here, because since I stamped him on there, excuse me, since I stamped him on there, I know exactly where he needs to go, where the glue needs to go. So I'm just going to put the green tip glue on here. And then I just lay the little bird on, right on the lines where I stamped. And then you don't have to cut his little feet out. So here's the first one. So isn't that so cute? All right, so let's get to project number 2. All right, so don't forget to stamp your envelope. So here's project number 2, and it's this card right here. And I love pulling out some of my old cardstock, or not cardstock, but DSP. And that's where this came from. This is some old DSP that I love so much. So this is your second card. And so these are the pieces. So every card will be a little different only because the birds are different. So inside your card will be, so this one has these birds. So you have all of these pieces right here. So let's put this card together. Okay. So what I do want to do is I want to stamp on here. Now I chose for this card, the stamps that I chose for this one is Amazing Year. But you could pick, you know, anything you want, but that's just the one I decided to use. And we are using scallop contours as well, and that's where this piece came out of. Okay, so let's get back to the card. All right, so I'm going to be using the greeting that says, "To a wonderful friend," and we're going to use the memento, and I'm going to stamp it off to the side. So I just want to see how straight I mounted this. So I'm going to use my grid sheet, and then I see not too bad, but when I stamp I need to just bring the right side up just a tad. Perfect. All right. And then we'll just set that aside. Okay, so let's bring our card pieces over. So we want to put this on the inside. Let's do that first, just to get it off out of the way. So there's a lot of times when DSP retires, and if it's a favorite, I will just keep it because I know I'm going to use it down the road. And I love pulling it out for my goodies in the guts, because it's something you can't get anywhere necessarily. All right, so then we want to bring this piece over, and we want this to put on here, but we want to attach it so that we have a little bit that hangs over, and it depends on how much bird we have. So before you trim this, see how much you have from the birds, and then we're just going to cut this out. So this is DSP, so it cuts pretty easy because it's not thick, you know, like cardstock. And I'm leaving a little bit of a white border around it, and I'm just simply cutting that out. So I just squeeze with my scissor hand while I move the DSP back and forth with my left hand, and it makes it cutting out so easy. So you can be super you can really fussy cut it and get right up into all the nooks and crannies, but I'm leaving some white. I'm not worrying too much, only because it is being glued on a white piece. So if there's some white, see, it's not obvious that it's there because this is white as well. So if you leave some, it's not really noticeable. But like I said, if you want to cut out more intricate, you totally can. All right, so let's see here. So I want to snip this, and then we can decide if we want it even shorter. So we might want this to be even smaller than this, because that's pretty long. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut off this flower over here so that my birds are shorter on my scallop. So just do that before you trim your scallop. Okay, so that looks like it's going to be pretty good. Okay, so let's put this on here. And I'm just eyeballing, you know, that it's fairly the same along there. And then we have our To a Wonderful Friend. And then I want that to go on here as well. And our little birds are going to go over top of that. So I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. So we're going to trim both. We're going to trim this and the pool party. Now it's up to you if you want to bring this in so you have some of this pink, you know, showing off to the side, or you can go all the way across. Like that. And then we can trim it. So I'm just using the back of the DSP as my guide, and I'm just trimming what hung off. All right, then inside here you have some twine or linen thread. So you want some of that. Don't lose your little dragonfly. And you're going to put this on here, and we're going to wrap it around a couple times. Okay, then just tie it in a bow. We could probably wrap it a third time, but that's good. All right, so we're going to tie it in a bow. And I want them to be up towards the top, my bow. And I'm leaving my tails fairly long. I like all that wiggly look to the twine. All right. Then this right here is loose, right? So we're just going to take a dimensional and we're going to pop it back here. Like that. All right, so let's put our little birds on. So our little birds are going to go, let's see, how do I want my birds? I think I like them like that. All right, so let's put some dimensionals. So I'm just putting them on the top first, because then we can put some on the bottom if we need to. So let's bring this back. And think right there. And then just, you can fiddle fart with your twine. And so see, I don't need any more dimensionals here because it's not going anywhere. Okay, so let's put this on the card. Now this is pretty bulky, and to me it's easier to build it off the card because we need to do all that trimming. So I'm going to put my glue here instead. If you do it this way, just make sure you don't put the glue too close to the edge. But this way, I can just drop that on there like that. Let's put the inside of our card. So depending on what greeting you use, you may need to trim more bird, or you might need to bring it over. So just, you know, just be careful where you put your greeting in regards to your bird. So just, you know, use that, you know, just do that, you know, wisely. All right, so here is the second card. Don't forget, if you want, you can decorate your envelope. So this is what I mean. So they're all going to look a little bit different. So this is a different bird. Here's another bird, but it's super pretty card, I think. All right, so that was card number 2. So let me get card number 3. So this is the third card. And this also uses some of that new DSP. And it's using the Super Cute by my side kids. And I have used it, I did this as a class in the mail with this stamp set. So you want to definitely, if you are interested in classes in the mail, make sure you get my newsletter. Check out my blog. My blog address is up here. I have classes in the mail. I still have classes in the mail for the This Birthday Piggy. So you don't want to miss out on that. Okay, so this is, now this is not one of the cards you did at that class. So this is a totally different one. And we are using Coastal Cabana. And some more of that new DSP. It's Dandy. Let's see, what is it called? Dandy Designs. Let's see. Yes, Dandy Designs is what it's called, and it's in the new mini catalog that's coming up. But I thought it looked super cute and super fun to go with the kids. All right, so let's see what we need. We have, so these are your pieces. So you've got your Coastal Cabana. Then you have this for the outside. You have this for the inside. So let's just get that glued on there while we can, just to get it done. And now I did it onto the side this time, but it's long enough you can do, you know, the bottom, the top, whatever. And then we'll stick it on the inside of our card. But I love, like, this just screams 50s and 60s, I think. I don't know why, but it just kind of gives me that Brady Bunch vibe or something. All right, so this goes on the inside. And then this is going to go on the outside. And this is too fun, right? It makes me think of grid paper or like graph paper. All right. And then you have 4 squares and a banner. Now these came all from the Stylus Shapes is where I got these from. So let me bring my grid sheet back over. We're going to stamp with the Memento, and we're going to color with the blends. All right. So let's see here. We want this cute little girl here. And I'm just inking them up upside down because then I can see that I inked it up really good. And I'm just kind of having them peek onto the card. All right. So there's the cute little girl. Then we have the little boy. Now he's with a dog, and I don't want the dog on the square. So we are going to kind of stamp him down to this side here. So he's kind of looking off to the side. And then we'll let them sit and dry fairly good. Then we have the cute little one with the glasses, with the little John Lennon glasses. I just love her. I had John Lennon glasses in school. Maybe it wasn't school. Maybe I was out of school, but I did. All right, so here we have this cute little girl here with her little bird. Okay. Then I need to turn my grid sheet over. So like I did before, I want to see how straight I have things mounted. So especially when it is a cling, right? Because you can't see through it. So we have Hi Sweet Friend is going to go on here. So just like I did before, ink up your Hi Sweet Friend. Use your grid sheet to see how straight you are. And I see I'm pretty crooked. Let me do it again. All right, so I need to come up on the right a little bit. So Hi Sweet Friend, perfect. Then we have Nice to Have You by My Side. So same thing, I'm just using my grid sheet to see how straight I am. And that one's pretty darn good. So I'm just stamping that right on here. Nice to have you by my side. And I want to put the puppy on here. So I'm just going to take a Post-it note. So just take a piece of Post-it note or just scrap paper, you know, just something. And I want to just cover this up. So when I ink up my little boy, I just want the dog. All right, so I just want my dog. And I want him there. So now I just have the dog and the little boy. He got stamped on the Post-it note. All right. Okay, so now we can color our little people. All right. So you just want to make sure it's good and dry before you start coloring. Depending on where you live, sometimes it takes a little longer if you've got humidity. It's been raining like crazy in Arizona. You should have seen the fog this morning. Luckily, it was all gone by the time I had to go anywhere. Okay, so we have lots of blends going on right now. Okay, so let's bring our cute little people over. So we want, of course, light flirty to give them some cute little cheeks. Ugh. All right, so we have light flirty, a little bit on the arms. A little bit of light flirty on her cheek. A little bit on the knees. Now, depending on where you stamp them, you might not have legs, right? The legs might be stamped off. All right, then we're going to go dark petal. Go dark petal. And I go right over top of the flirty, so that will soften that a little bit. Go right up underneath her hairline. And then light petal to finish them. And I'm just doing it very, very light so it keeps their faces lighter in the center. Okay. And when I do this little girl, I'm going to grab some from the tones. So I want number 500. And then we'll do some 400 as well, just under her hairline. So just under her hairline a little bit. And now I want you to do her hair too. So this is 400, and I'm just kind of scribbling and round because her hair is really curly. So I'm just basically going in circles, just like the it was drawn on there. All right, then we want 300, and it's a little darker, just so that she's got a couple different colors of hair. Okay, let's see, let's do the little butterfly, and I'm just doing light pumpkin pie. And her little dress is going to be that same light Highland and light freesia like I used on the other card. So we'll go light Highland and then light freesia. Now, if you want to put a little bit of blue, which I should have did, so this is light pool party. So what you want to do is just put a little bit around, and I totally should have did this first, but I forgot. So I'm just putting a little bit around the edges, so it just looks like there's like sky around them. So let's do these little guys before I color them anymore. So it's just a little bit of pool party, just to make you visually see sky. And while I have pool party, let's do her glasses. So we're going to go pool party for her glasses. There we go. Alrighty, let's get these two colored. Oh, we have to remember to color the puppy. We can't forget the puppy. Alright, so we want Bommy for his shorts. So we're going to give him some little blue jean shorts. So this is dark Bommy. And they're pretty small, so I'm just going to do just dark Bommy. Let's do some dark Bommy on this bird over here. And some light. Alrighty. Let me get some of these out of the way. Alright. Let's see. Let's give our little guy blonde hair. So I'm just doing daffodil, dark daffodil, and I'm just putting a little bit of color here and there, and then light daffodil, just so that our kids don't all have the same color hair. Okay, so cute. All right, and then let's see. Let's do his little shirt, and we're going to do Poppy Parade. So I'm going to use the number 500 tone and put a little 500 tone where I'm going to do Poppy Parade. So just like I did the other day with the bow on the kitty and puppy card where I use soft suede, I'm just using the tone since I have it out to do the same thing as I do with the soft suede. It gives you almost kind of the same look. It just gives you a little bit of a, it's like a third Poppy Parade color basically, and then just finish it with the light. All right, so our little boy is done, and this little girl's done, and let's finish this one. Now I want her hair to be a little bit different, so we're gonna go number 600. And then some people go, well, where are you getting the numbers from? So it actually says on the marker, SU 600. So that's where I get the 600 from. So I just have it on the end of my marker. But the actual item code is on the side of the marker. So, all right. So back to coloring our little girl. So number 600. So I'm just coloring all of her hair with that. I'm also going to do my little puppy with this color. All right. While I have it out. This cute little wiener dog. Now this stamp set is in the main catalog, so you'll be able to get this set for a while. All right, so again, that was number 600. Then I want number 400, just to add a little bit of darker color here and there in her hair. And also let's put some dots on our dog. He's a little wiener dog with some dots. All right. We're also going to take light smoky slate, and we're just going to put the ground underneath the puppy so that he's not floating. And let's see. We want, what did I do for, okay, polished pink. Because I had, I'm like looking, I have parakeet out, and I'm like, I don't know what I did with parakeet. So I think I was going to use them, and then I decided not to. All right, so I just want to make sure I have that off to the side so I don't have that listed, and it's wrong. I think I was going to do the little boy as a parakeet t-shirt, and I ended up going with red. All right, so this is dark polished pink. On her cute little dress. And then we'll finish it with light polished pink, and then we can put our card together. All right. So if you're just joining me, we are doing the goodies and guts for December. So I am just finishing up. This is the last project that you can earn. So it's basically like a free class if you order at least 75 before tax and shipping in my store in the month of December. If you want both goodies and guts, then just order 150 before tax and shipping, and then you get both goodies and the guts. All right, so let's get these guys ready to put on the card. So I'm just going to turn them all over because we're going to put them on with dimensionals. So let's get these going. Dimensionals for days. But I don't want them to sag, so I'm being very generous with my dimensionals. Okay. Right. So now, let me show you. Let me bring this over here. So this is the card. So I'm going to show you a different way to glue these, and then you can decide. All right. So with this one, I staggered it or stepped it. So I went down a little bit. So I made them be a little crooked or whatever. So when I do this one, I'm not going to do that. And then that way you can see the difference, and then you can decide how you want to do it when you make your card. So we have our little girl. So she's going to go up here in the corner. And there's not too much of a border around. All right, so we got our cute little boy, or cute little girl. Now we want our little boy. So same thing. There's not a big border. It's pretty skinny. And then our cute little girl with her glasses. All right, so she's gonna go here. So again, there's just a fine border. And then our little puppy. So it gives the card a different look if you do it this way. But I just wanted you to see, like, oh, you know, I might like it this way, or I might like it that way. Okay, and then hi, sweet friend. I'm going to stick that. That looks fairly straight. And then you have your little dragonfly. Now these are from the new mini catalog. And I'm going to take a glue dot. Now they're kind of skinny, but I don't want to just use green tip glue. So I'm going to use a glue dot. But the glue dots are a little wide. So I'm going to lay it on the glue dot. And you can see the glue dot sticking, you know, sticking out a little bit. So just take your snips or your pick tool, and I'm just basically folding that glue dot on top of itself so that now there's nothing sticking out. And then we can put our little dragonfly on our card. I love silver, and I just love that really cute little pop of silver on there. So here you can see the difference, right? But I think they're both adorable, but they just have, you know, a different look depending on which way you do it. So let me show you again the three. So 1, 2, and then the little calendar. So those are your 3 guts for December. Again, nothing is stamped. You'll have to get the stamp set or use what you have at home. If you want the goodies, they are the flat adhesive backed pearls. So if you order 75 before tax and shipping in the month of December, you need to let me know if you want the goodies or the guts. If you order 150 before tax and shipping, then you can pick both. If you are a member of my team that are a silver elite or higher in title, I always send you the goodies and the guts just as a perk. All right, so let me say, see you later, alligator. I always try to make you not see that mess, but oh well. I'm sure if you have made a card at all, your desk gets pretty messy too. So, but if you have any questions, make sure you reach out. It's always fun to come up with things each month, and I love suggestions as well. So if you go, oh, I like, you know, this kind of card or whatever, but it was so fun to pull out that old DSP. I can't even think now what it's called, but it doesn't matter because it's retired. But But oh, those bird cards are really, really pretty. And I love that everybody's, it's going to look a little different depending on what kind of bird you get. Because I will just cut them out of the DSP and then it'll just go in the envelope and it'll be like a surprise when you get your card. So anyway, so thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you Friday for my dies shorts. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Otherwise, have a good night, and I'll see you Friday, 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel, okay? All right, have a great night. I'll see you later. Bye for now.